my video today. We are back with Kayla's album, and I got a whole bunch of Project Life app prints. I mean, there's a ton here. And what I want to do is just walk you through putting these in her album and talk to you about where I'm at with the project. So I have a few here that are violets, and I think I meant to order Andrew's for March, April, and May, and I didn't order his. But as you can see, I was sort of deep in the middle of prints, and I think I probably just got overwhelmed and didn't get his. So if you did not, I cannot remember where I talked about this, but I had some issues with, I can't get under this, with the Project Life app, and I lost all of my folders. I didn't lose any of my pages because I do pay for the backup service for the Project Life app. So I didn't lose any of my pages, but I did lose all of my folders and all of my organization. And so printing them, getting this print order done, it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit of a nightmare because I had to try to figure out where all my pages were, and I realized the way I'm naming my pages within the app is maybe not the greatest. So I'm trying to figure that out. Like, how can I name them better so that I could find them just within the app instead of within the folders, which if you're not familiar with the Project Life app, then you don't know what I'm talking about. But just to say the least, it was a bit of a nightmare. So what I have here is I have pages for like April, May, or March, April, and May of this year. And then I also have her title page, which this is what I did for her title page. Now this is it's sort of a hybrid type page. This right here is a digital kit from the Practical Scrapper, I believe is what it's called. I will try to remember to link that information. So all of the pieces that you see here and this design, I did using that digital kit, and I did that part in PicMonkey. So if you're interested in a tutorial for this kind of thing, let me know and I will do it. So what I did first is I created the Project Life app page, which was this. I just used this template, and then I just did a black card, and then I did 2024. Then I took this Project Life page, I went to PicMonkey, and I created the background, and then I inserted this page over top of this, and then I used all of the digital elements. So that's how I created this, and then I put it back into the Project Life app, and then I had it printed through the Project Life app. That to me is the easiest way to print large prints with it, because the Project Life app is so easy with the printing, and you just do it right from your device, and it's super easy. So that's what I did for that. So that's her title page for 2024. Then we have January. We have a few extra things here. Now in January and February, I was not doing the journaling. I was just trying to stay caught up with her, like with the pages. And so that is why there's no journaling. And then in March, I started doing the journaling on all the kids' pages. So here's March of this year. Right? So for my kids, the way that I keep up on their pages is I do one spread for them each month. and it just looks like this. I do different templates. I do it in the Project Life app because it's so super easy. All my photos are there. I used to do it, my kids' album, I used to print the photos and do it in the pockets, but with the app, it's super easy. So I just do one spread per month for them. That's my aim. I do 5 to 8 photos of them throughout the month. Now, Kayla has her own phone and she takes her own photos. So at the end of every month, I ask her to send me 5 of her favorite photos. So between the 5 of her favorite photos and the photos that I take, her pages usually turn out, like she usually has enough photos. So then the other thing that I do is I will do, if there's a special event, like for Kayla, she had a production of Arsenic and Old Lace, and that was a production that she was in. And so I did some photo, like I did a spread of different photos that we had taken. And then my other tip is I follow the high school Instagram page and the Facebook page, and oftentimes they will take photos of and post, and a lot of them are like behind the scenes. Like this one is behind, it's backstage, and I will just take those photos. I will either just tap on them and save them to my device, or sometimes with school type social media pages you can't save the photo, so I will just screenshot it, and then I will take and go into the Project Life app and put it in a template. So this is Arsenic and Old Lace, and that happened in March of 2024. So these pages will need to go in between March. So I will probably do back to back and just do one page there. So I need to get some page protectors. I should have a brand new box of page protectors somewhere. Oh, right here. Okay, so I have a brand new box of page protectors. I just got these. I get mine from Becky Higgins. I get the big boxes because I use a ton of them. Okay. And I really like the quality of Becky Higgins page protectors. So let's just set these here. So we'll do back to back, and this will go in between. Yeah. This will go in between March. So the other reason that I like using the Project Life app and the different templates is because you can see with this page, I did this really large photo, and I really wouldn't be able to do that in an easy way if I was getting the photos printed. Also, like the smaller photos, I mean, you can print larger photos, you can print smaller photos, but there's more steps involved. And so by doing this right in the app, I can use bigger spots, I can use different orientation. Like if I was using a pocketed page for this, then whatever the pocket was on this side, I would have to be mindful of that, and I would have to make the pocket the same on the other side. And so the Project Life app just, it makes it to where I don't have to worry about as many decisions. I can just do it, right? So that will go in for March. So then the next spot, I think, yeah, so prom was in April. So spring spec was in April. Okay, so again, perfect example. So here is April of this year. So this will go right here. So here is April, and I used a different template for April. Sometimes I mix the templates up that I use for the kids' album. If I'm in a good spot, like if I'm in a spot where, you know, things are easy and I have the capacity in my mind to pick different templates, then I will. Otherwise, if I'm, you know, feeling a little bit behind or struggling a little bit, then I will just use a Design A template. So here is April, and again, Kayla is going to have something in the middle of April. So she had spring spec in April. So this is some of the, again, some of the things from that performance. And then on the back of that, she's going to have the prom picture. Now for prom, what I decided to do is, instead of buying a package of pictures, what you could do is just purchase basically the digital copy of it. And I purchased the highest resolution, knowing that I would want to put, I would want to do it 12 by 12 and put it in her album. So there is her prom picture. Now with any of these, I could absolutely do some fun stuff, add some embellishments to it, add something different, which I may, but to me, the most important thing is that I get their albums completed. And so if I just have the pages here like this, and they're done and they're in the album, I feel like that's the most important thing. So again, here's May, and what I'm noticing as I'm going through and doing Kayla's album is that she is having a lot of things in the middle of her months because she has a lot of things going on. And I also noticed that here I used the screenshot of the Tortured Poets Department, Taylor Swift's album, and I'm noticing that I did it again here. And for this one, what I want to do is I want to cut it in half. So she has April, and then she has prom, and then she has spring spec. And then this is the end of April. Then we have May. This one is going to be cut in half and put in a 6 by 12. And then I have this one. So I was going to do this in a 6. I was going to cut this in half. And then she has review. But I think to make it easy on myself, I think I'll just put them back to back. And that can be her May insert. So I did use that photo twice. That's the only thing. It was stressful with their pages this month since I had all the issues in the Project Life app, and I've never had that happen. So there was a little bit of stress, and like I usually sort of go back and I'm usually a little bit more maybe organized with how the pages are coming together, but you know, it's no big deal. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just going to go ahead and add that. So now that is May. So I obviously don't have June pages done. So the rest of these are all of 2023 and 2022. And so I'm going to go back and I'm going to start putting these in here. So we'll go back and I'm going to see how well everything starts to fit in here. So right here is the start. This is her title page for 2023. Now I'm going to leave this sticky note on here so that I know, because I do need to put the date probably maybe somewhere on here. My plan is to do something a little bit more creative with this. And then we start January 2023. Now none of these pages have journaling, because I didn't do the journaling. I got very behind with the kids' pages in after COVID. I was really on top of it until COVID happened. And then COVID happened and I just got very behind. So when I went and I caught these pages up, I'm gonna leave that there just so I know. Well, I should know because it's in 2023. When I went and I got things caught back up, I didn't worry about journaling. And that is always a tip that I have for you guys, is that if journaling is the thing that's holding you back or is the thing that is hard, then don't worry about it. Then don't worry about journaling. So, okay, so then here's the other thing, is that I also didn't have enough photos to do, like for February, I didn't have enough photos of Kayla to do 2 full spreads. So, nor did I have enough for March. So right here, you're gonna see that this is March, or this is February, and then this is March, and that's okay. And again, there's no journaling, but I'm not worried about it. I can always go back if I need to, or if I feel like I want to. But my main concern is having the pictures there, right? We all have pictures that we don't, you know, if you look at pictures on your phone, you don't have journaling on your phone attached to every single photo, right? But the photos are still meaningful and worth having. So I have a certificate in here for April, and then I had enough photos. And then here is May. Now, this is May right here. But I also have this insert. So this was a performance that she was in. And it has a flip up. And then this was a performance she saw. She wasn't in this performance, but she saw this performance and really loved this performance. And so I did a lot of the photos that she had taken. She went and saw, it was at her high school, it was just with the senior class, and she went with her dad, and they saw it. And so that's what this side is. Okay, so next we have June, and I don't have, again, I don't have a double spread for June. I went June, and then I went to July. But what I do have is I have this, which was from June and July. So what I'm gonna do is put June on this side, July on this side like normal. Now, if I just put this in as an insert, we would have a blank spot, right? But I noticed with this template, I could do a 6 by 12 page protector. So let me grab one of those out. And 6 by 12 page protectors are a little bit harder to come by. I am lucky enough that I have a bunch of them on hand. So then I will just trim this one right down the middle. And I'll probably fix this a little bit more. I'll probably add pattern paper to it and trim it, because when you trim this, you lose that white border. The white border isn't perfect, basically. So I usually trim off the white border and then do something a little bit more creative, and I'll add a tab. So there will be a video of me doing some more creative things within her album. Oh, you know what? This may be... It is. Okay. Well, all right. I probably could have gotten by with, well, you know what we'll do? We'll do this July like this. We'll do this July like so. Oh, this is August. Okay, we'll do that like that, and we'll move this over here, and then we will have a blank spot right there, but I'm positive I can fill that with something. Okay, so then here is August and September. So I have August and September. And then this is a traditional page that I did of her school photos. And then I have this. So now I do have October, November, and December. So we have that, but I also have volleyball stuff that I think is mixed up. I was feeling like that was not in the right place when it got printed. this would have been, oh, this would have been at the end of, okay. Okay, actually. Okay, so this is where I'm getting slightly confused. So this is September. Okay, so let's not worry. Let's skip September and then let's go October, November. Okay, so this is the part that's confusing to me. Let me walk you through what's happening in my head. So she did volleyball her freshman year, which would have been, but I have this for October, but this would have been high school. This would have been, and I didn't put a, see, you always need to put the year. Last year, she was not doing volleyball. Last year, 2023, she did not do volleyball. So I think the problem is this photo's in the wrong spot because she was not doing volleyball in September of 2023. Okay, that's where the problem is. Okay, and then we have December right here. So what I'm gonna do is all of this stuff right here that I have, that I want to keep, instead of doing it in the middle of December, what we're gonna do is we're gonna end December so we'll have this blank space. I would start singing Taylor Swift, but probably nobody needs to hear that. So we'll stick this stuff right in here because it is from December. It's just a couple of things of her work that I thought would be fun. And this starts 2024. So now I'm missing, I am missing September of 2023. I'm so happy to have these all up to date because it does get confusing. Okay, so September 2023 is missing, but we'll find that. Okay, so now let's flip here. So this is 2022 title page. I'm gonna leave this here so that I know I need to put 2022. And then we're going to put this in the back and keep going. Okay, so here's oh God, I bent the page. Okay, so here's January and February. Again, I just didn't have enough photos to do a double spread. So here's January and February of 2022. Then I have March and April. Okay, so in 2022, I really struggled with photos. I was not taking as many photos of the kids. And here's something that happens with me is if I'm not up to date on their album pages, what happens is I start taking less photos because it's this thing that happens in my mind where I'm like, if I take the photos, I have to figure out where to put the photos. I'm super behind. I don't know what to do. Just don't take the photos. And it's not something that is like a conscious thought. I think it's just I start pulling back from taking photos. With the kids' albums being totally caught up this year, where I'm like on top of it and doing pages every single month, I'm taking more photos of them. It is coming to mind more to take photos. I see things and I'm like, take a photo of that. It'll be perfect in their album. And so when I'm engaged in the albums, I'm engaged in taking more photos, which is the space that I really like to be. So that's March and April of 2022. April. So then here's May. And then in May, she graduated from 8th grade. So we're going to have, or was it June? No, I think it was May that she graduated. So I have an extra. I have her 8th grade. Some 8th grade graduation photos. So we can, let's put it in like this. And again, I love that big photo. Super easy to just get that printed in the Project Life app. That will go right in May. And then we have June and July. Okay, so June and July, again, I didn't have a lot of photos. So June, July. And then also this was summer 2022, so that is gonna go right in here between June and July. That is our summer months because that's when we're out of school, and that goes there. Okay, so then now we're to August. Okay, so now this is where she would have had volleyball. And my pages are mixed up. So August. So it looks like I didn't print anything from September. This might have been September of 2023. Or no, it would have been November 2022. So let's skip a page, August. Let's skip a page. Yeah, see, things got, and see, I randomly printed one from 2021. Again, this is literally just because my folders got messed up in the app. Okay, so this is when she would have been doing volleyball, would have been this year. Okay, I'm gonna leave October 2022 on here because I don't have the date and I need to make sure I add that. So I'm just taking you guys through my entire process. So you can see that there's snags happen and how to pivot and figure them out. I'm gonna set this aside because it's March 2021. Let's get the stuff in here that I know for sure what it is. So I know for sure that I have November and December. Okay, so this would be October. This is November 2022. And I just know that I need to go into the app and make sure that my folders are reflective of the proper, because I always name my pages right away. Like right after I'm done creating them, I name them. So like that October that doesn't have the year on it, I'll know the year by the name that I named the page. Okay, so it looks like I did not print September for either year. which probably means September didn't get into the folders for either year. Okay. So that starts 2023. This is the end, right? So then we have November, then we have October. Then here is where things get dicey. I don't have September's printed, and I missed a spot for August. So what I'm gonna do is put this here. This is when she was playing volleyball. Then I have September, and then I have all of these enlargements. So I have an enlargement here, and yep, so that's July. This is August. Then in September, and then I have these two that I got printed. Now, what I'm wondering is if I really need both of these. So what I'm gonna do is, this is gonna be a September insert. And I do have plans to do something fun here. So I'm missing September, basically, is what I'm missing. And then what I'll do with this, right, because we have this, I'm gonna cut that. We're going to, I don't know what's going on with that spot. And then in here, I'm just gonna put this enlarged photo. Okay. So now let's check out her whole album and how it looks. Okay, so we have the page lifter. I will do something with that. I will probably do a title, like something fun and creative that says like Kayla's album and has something. So here's 2022. I need to put the date on there. And we have January, February, and she has other stuff that's going in here that will need to go in the middle. So there's not going to be much. I'm a little bit worried about how thick this album is going to be. Then June and July with an insert, and then August. Something will need to go here. Maybe there might be some work or something that goes there. Oh no, this is September. I need to put this here so I remember. This is September, and then this is the insert. So I just need September printed. October 2022. November. December stuff will go here. Then here's 2023. And then this isn't the fanciest, you know, most fun layouts that I do, the most creative, but with their albums, I really, you know, there's some pieces in here that are, you know, more creative than other pieces. And then September 2023, October, November. But my goal for their album is that it's not meant to be my most creative outlet. There's other things that I do that are much more creative. These items are more like from a digital perspective of some digital stuff that I do. but really they're just meant to be their photo books that they'll have, you know, in their own homes that they'll have of their childhood. So, and then I have a pocket thing. So let's see how thick this album is, because there's still lots of certificates and work. Oh gosh. Oh, I don't know what is going on with that little spot right there. So let's just see. Yeah, this is pretty thick, and I still have the rest of this year to get into her album. So we'll see. I like to do completed years. Like for Kayla, it's January through December. For Andrew, it's October through September. For Violet, it's November through October, because it goes by their birthday month. But that's pretty thick, and that's 3 years. That would be 3 years. 2022, 2023, and 2024. And I'll also put in dividers. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So that is the next step in Kayla's album. I'm so glad I got these printed. So now I'll just need to print 2021 for her, and then going forward, so next week you will see me jump back into her baby album and get the beginning of that set up, and I will probably start working from that spot forward, from her baby album and then our second year album, and we'll do the spines. So let me know how you're enjoying this series. This is really the only thing that I've been working on this month. I'm really desperate to be creative. I really want to get in here and be creative and do some things, and I'm hoping to be able to do that in the next couple weeks. And then in July, which starts next week, you're going to start seeing some videos from my craft room and getting it cleaned up and doing a mini reset, a mini purge, and getting things together with that. So thank you guys for joining me this week. I will chat with you next week when I have my next video up.